Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Football. Match reaction show. It's finished. Arsenal nil, Manchester United nil. And tell you what. I mean, I predicted an Arsenal win, and if Arsenal had their best team on the pitch, I think they would have won. They would have won that game quite comfortably in the end. But we've got Helen back here on the show. Helen, welcome once again.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and we need to have an Arsenal fan for these things as well. So from time to time, it's good. But what was your impression watching that game? Do you think Arsenal were unlucky to get away with a draw?
Were we unlucky? I think United was unlucky.
To get away with a draw?
No, I think you were unlucky to not to have won. You should have been 2-3-0 up by the end.
I think we were watching different games. I don't know. I thought
Rashford had the chance in the first half, and then Cavani missed that shot. So it's at least two.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, I felt like we were getting in front of the goal, but there were no. Apart from Lacazette's free kick, there weren't any real chances.
Maybe it should have been. Willian had a chance that Saka blocked. Pepe had a chance that Maguire blocked. Then there was a shot that he put off target when he could have scored, just a little bit off. There were a couple of chances in the first half as well. So I mean, I thought Arsenal were the better team by far. In this game, I mean, to me, and then here's the thing: if you instead of Willian and Pepe, if you had Martinelli or Aubameyang and Saka, those were goals. All of those were goals if they had those. So I thought Arsenal would have won this game quite comfortably.
We're taking off Martinelli. I mean, maybe he had something wrong with him. That was the only reason I could have thought of, especially since I don't think Willian's really kind of played that much recently to bring him on like that.
Yeah, I was surprised too. Yeah, I mean, would you have brought on Odegaard instead of Willian? I mean, I thought this was a no.
No, because he only joined Arsenal last week, and so he hasn't had time to kind of get used to the team and learn how it works. So it's way too soon. You bring him on for 10 minutes at the end, that's fair enough. But for me, I feel like one of the things this game showed is that we don't really have a lot of depth in our squad, because we've had 2 or 3 great players we've been relying on in the last few weeks, and then a couple of let's hope they don't turn into real injuries, and then we're kind of screwed. So
yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense. But I mean, from a United perspective, what I realized is that a lot of people were giving grief to McTominay, and they will give grief. And he's not the best player in the team by any stretch of imagination. But what was clear is that in the second half, when they had Pogba, and then they had Rashford and Martial, which I mean, honestly, I'll talk about Rashford and Martial, but he had those 3. I think Arteta almost told his players, you know what, they've got 3 players who are going to give the ball away more than they're going to create chances. So why don't you just press them and see what happens? And I thought Arsenal were very good in that second half, just pressing forward and making sure that they were getting those runs. But at
the end of the day, like, we didn't really have a player on our team, like you said, who could actually finish it. So what's even the point of playing that attacking football and keeping it up the end? There's nothing we can do about it. So there was like 15 minutes in the second half where it was all in your area, and I thought our defenders were going to make those stupid mistakes again, and I really thought you were going to get a goal, and then you didn't. So I don't know, it was pretty even, to be honest.
I don't know. No, it was. I think United had a lot of good breaks, good chances. They had the best chances in the game, I think, but I don't think they created that much or that many. I think Arsenal, every time they had the ball, looked like they could create something. United, in most cases, were just running down blind alleys, or it's like Rashford has the ball and he just hits it at a player. Martial has the ball, he gives it away. Pogba's doing whatever Pogba's doing, which most of the times nobody knows what he's doing. I thought Bruno was very bad.
Like super critical of our own teams and deferential towards the other one, which is not how we normally.
I mean, definitely there is a tendency to over criticize. But I thought looking at this game today, just looking at the fact that you look at how Arsenal played. I think they had a clear game plan. I said it as well. They're very settled. You guys have Arsenal has like this. They know what their best 11 is. They know which players have to play where. I mean, United, it still seems like they're trying to figure out who fits where. I don't think Rashford works as a right winger. I think he probably is now going to go and say, I don't want to play as a right winger. You got Pogba, who plays as a winger, but then he comes in, plays as a midfielder because, whatever, there's an injury. I thought the right decision was playing Pogba on the left, because Martial should not have started. And, you can't play Pogba in the midfield. But, then, when that injury happened, I thought Donny should have come on. Donny van de Beek should have come on. But then I guess he has some vendetta against him that we don't know that was going on there. So So, he puts Pogba in midfield, which I thought, I think that was a problem. I don't know what the situation.
Get your text. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think about the back four? Because obviously it was a makeshift back four. You've got Cedric, who's not really a left back, but he plays at left back. You've got David Luiz, who's not really a centre half, but he plays a centre half. At least he tries to be a centre half. I know that's just a joke. And then you've got Rob Holding, who's not very, very highly, and then you've got Hector Bellerin. What do you think about that back? Did you think they did well today, the back four as a whole? I thought they had a pretty good game.
I just believe they didn't make any really stupid mistakes. I was nervous when I saw that lineup. So, and David Luiz is always a bit of a, you never know what's going to happen, but he kind of behaved himself and as well. So, yeah, I don't think it was like the best defense ever, but it also like they didn't make any kind of real howlers. So, yeah, a bit of a relief, really. Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think would you say that Arteta would be happy or disappointed with the draw? I think he would be disappointed, but what do you think?
I don't know what goes in his head. I guess if it were me, having that kind of last minute injury news, going up against, ultimately you might be harsh on your team, but you're second in the league. Like, I don't know.
Not for too long.
Going up against them, not with a full squad. Like, I think that would have been nervous. So I think ultimately we needed 3 points. Like 1 point's not really enough for us right now, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, well, I think that's what it was. I think both teams probably at the end, the managers probably would be satisfied with the draw. Because I think Solskjaer will know that he didn't play that well, that his team didn't play that well, so they got away with the point. I think Arteta, looking at the fact with all the injuries that they had coming into the game, I think they'll probably be happy with the point as well. And the more you watch Arsenal, I think the more you realize how important Saka and Tierney are to this team. I think they're almost becoming indispensable to the way that they play. I love watching Saka play. I've said it a lot of times. I like watching him play. I think it's going to be something very special.
Yes. Yeah, he's so much potential. He's still really young. I actually made him my captain in fantasy football this week, so I was pretty gutted that he didn't even go.
Who became the replacement captain?
Calvert-Lewin.
That didn't work out. Yes, that didn't work out, unfortunately.
Don't believe the blogs that you read. Some blog told me that Calvert-Lewin was going to do well, so I brought him in. I made him vice captain, and it was obviously not a great idea.
Well, Everton were playing Newcastle, to be honest. I think that was a surprise as well that they lost to Newcastle. So I think those two players are missing. That was key for Arsenal. I think they can keep those two players fit for the rest of the season. I think Arsenal have got a good chance of doing something meaningful. I don't think there's no trophies left.
Maybe that's why he didn't play them today, because I don't think they're like officially injured yet. He's being really careful. And it's so interesting because that's not how our season started at all. This whole kind of rising to prominence of our young players, like that's just kind of really recent. But it's they've saved Tierney, Saka, Smith Rowe, saved the season. Yeah, saving the season for us for sure. So it makes me feel hopeful for the first time in a long time.
Oh yes. Well, it is a hope that kills you. I will say that. But yes, it is good. It is good to feel hopeful from time to time. Definitely.
Well, I was super hopeful yesterday about this game, and then I saw the lineup, and I was like, "What happened?" But if he's just being extra cautious, then that's fine with me. So we need to take care of those guys.
Yeah, well, there's a Europa League coming up as well. Benfica, that will be coming up soon. And not so long from now, 2-3 weeks from now, we're gonna start that.
Yeah. Well, also let's see what that does to the Arsenal's Premier League performance, because I feel like when we had that patch of doing really badly, that was when we were having a Europa week, like on a Thursday, Europa game every Thursday, and then we had to play again on the weekend, and I think we're just knackered, to be honest. So
that can take a toll as well. Though I think there was a bit of rotation happening, but anyway. We will see what happens. That's still some ways away. I think for United, I think if there were any United fans out there thinking of a title challenge, I think you can forget about it now. I think that's over. I think now it's just down to Liverpool. If they can beat City next week, then maybe there's some hope. But if they can't, then that's it. I think that's City's title wrapped up. I think even this early, I think you can prove it.
honestly, I thought this was going to be the season where it was going to be really interesting. There were real contenders, and teams like Everton, even Villa. And like I had a friend who said, no, it's just going to be City. In the end of the day, just you wait and see. And he was absolutely right. I just wish that it could have been, like not the usual suspects. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is the way it is. I mean, City have been very consistent. They've done a lot of work on the team as well. So I mean, it's not been a straightforward ride so far, but I think from this point on, I think they found something that they can now work with. I think, and maybe Arsenal were just a little bit too late. Maybe if they found this combination a few 4-5 games earlier, they might have been able to challenge. But I mean, it's just what it is. The squad.
Injuries as well, right? Like City just have that depth of squad that no other team in the league can really match.
That is true. But this is not that one. This is not a City match reaction. So I think any final points. I think from United's point of view, I think for this game, it's difficult to say what to make of this game. I think Martial again was anonymous. Rashford was pretty bad today. I thought Rashford was worse today than Martial was against Sheffield, and that's a pretty low bar to try to cross over, but he still managed to cross it. And that probably is because he doesn't want to play on the right. I think he's probably going to say, I don't want to play on the right anymore, which I thought was a mistake anyway. I think he should have played on the left today. But I mean, I don't know where United go from here. I think it's now Southampton next, which is always a game that United seem to not do well in. So I think there's a good chance they'll lose that. Then they go against Everton, which is again at home, and then there's a good chance they would lose that too. And then you're looking, I think they'll be looking over their shoulder for the top 4 spots, and we'll see where they end up. It could be troublesome for Arsenal. Helen, what do you think? What do you think this point now means going forward for the season?
Well, I think it all just depends on injuries and what the news is on Tierney, Saka. Even Martinelli had a great first half, and I was I was so pissed off about Saka, and then he kind of really cheered me up. But then he went off, and it's likely because he's had a knock as well. So just got to make sure that we take care of those key players, and anything could happen.
Yeah,
maybe we'll make 4th place. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, if they'd won today, I would say Arsenal are back in the top 4 race. I don't know how the point sets them up. We'll have to see how the other results play out in with Liverpool playing tomorrow. I believe Leicester also playing. So we'll see how those results go. Then that will give us an idea of where Arsenal would be. But I thought if they'd won today, I thought they would have been definitely back in that top 4 race. But we'll see what happens. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much, Helen, for joining me today. Really, really appreciate your comments and feedback. If you enjoyed Helen on the show, please do smash a like. Please not dislike if you didn't like her. That just I'm kidding. Don't. But yeah, do smash a like. Let us know in the comment sections what you thought of United's game today and Arsenal's performance today. What do you think needs to change? Do you think it's time to start the all out conversations again? I don't know. That might start happening. It's already the rumblings already. So we'll see what happens there. And also please remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new. We appreciate your support, and it helps us keep producing videos. So if you want to see more videos, please do subscribe. If you're new, Helen has already done that. So she'll tell you how great it is to be a subscriber to this channel. If you need, she'll tell you that later. But all right, thank you so much for joining me. Take care, have a good day or night, whatever time you're watching this. We'll be back tomorrow with match reactions for the Liverpool game, and we'll probably do the Tottenham game as well. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.